Well, good evening. And yes, this is evening. And this is Shammy's kids. So Shammy's kids are ready to rock and roll and go home. They go to the vet this week for spay and neuters. I guess, well, I shouldn't say this week, this coming week on Monday. And then they start going home. So they are, believe me, they are busy. They've been in the house with us now since they were weaned. And if you can tell by the activity level out here, they're busy. So we have them in the house, which is also a feat in itself with us. We have they're actually split the whole litter up. So right now they are in 3 separate kennels, and there's 3 puppies in each kennel. So it makes it much more manageable for us with it that way than it does with them all in the same kennel. So for us, it works pretty good. The biggest thing I can tell you when you get these guys home, you are going to want to wear this energy level off every day, a couple times a day. So if you have some place you can, fenced in yard would be great. You can also wear them out with things that they play with. And if you got a rainy day and you want to wear them out, teach them to roll a ball, or let you roll the ball down the hall and teach them to chase it. And they'll go get it. Also out in the yard, you can take a tennis ball, you can drill a hole in the tennis ball, and you can run like a nylon cord through it, or a small cotton rope that's a very small diameter. Tie a knot in the outside end of it, and then give yourself about a 20-foot piece of rope or twine, whatever you use, and throw it. And then you can bounce it around, and so they have to chase it. And you still have control of the ball. Anything you can do to wear them out is your main objective. Without wearing out the energy level on these guys, they're going to demolish your house. Especially if you leave them loose in your house, they will end up getting themselves into trouble, possibly get themselves hurt or worse. So you really want to make sure that you're kind of puppy proofed. Puppies can get behind refrigerators and chew on electrical cords, and they can get into places you would never dream they could get into. This is actually 2.5 puppy pens put together, and this makes a really nice exercise area for these guys. So each one of these panels is 24 inches, and so it's 2 foot, and they're 8 foot long in a normal X pin. So with you hook, and I took one of them apart and just used 4 panels out of another one here on the end. You can probably see the snaps on each corner where I snapped the fences together. So a lot of times you'll buy an X pin and it makes a round pin because it's permanently hooked together. Just take a screwdriver and pop those rivets off, or the clamps that they put, and hook it together. And that way it lets you be able to extend it and hook it to other kennels. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth and can't think of it. So I have weights for you guys. I brought my book out. See if I can turn the page on one hand and get my weights out here. All right, let me see where my weights are for these guys, while I'm trying to watch them and do this at the same time with one hand. You know what? When you want something, you can't find it. Here it is. It's irritating. Everybody's gone home. And so I thought, you know what? It's cooled down. We're supposed to have terrible storms tomorrow. And I'm really, really trying to get everybody's videos caught up. It's been kind of a crazy week. Vanessa was gone. She had kidney stones. I had a day and a half out with a colonoscopy. So it's like, we're behind the 8 ball this week. So I'm trying to get everybody caught up. These guys have never seen this piece of field. It's actually a culvert that I took the Sawzall and cut off about, 18 to 20 inches of the culvert. And I'm going to get another one. I've got the rest of it that's still about 6 or 7 foot long. So I'm actually going to cut it apart again and make a little bit longer one, and so they can play chase and run in and out of it and give them something to do, something to experiment with. What else? Let's see. What can I throw at you? Well, for now, let's go ahead and do the weights and stuff, and we'll get that done. I'm going to leave this on kind of a wide angle so you can watch while I do this. The royal blue collar puppy out here is a male, and I'll tell you what, colors are going to be hard to see because their hair is so long. 8208 is the microchip number, 4 pounds, 13.5. There's a puppy, it's a male out here with a red collar. 8209 is 5 pounds and 1 ounce. A purple collar, which is a female, is 8211. She weighs 3 pounds, 14 ounces. Neon pink collar female out here is 8213. She's 4 pounds, 13.5. And the forest green female out here is 8210. She weighs 4 pounds, 5 ounces. And the neon green female is 8212. She weighs 4 pounds, 14 ounces. The yellow collared male out here is 8207. He weighs 5 pounds, 13.5. And the light blue collared puppy out here is a male, is 8214 and weighs 4 pounds, 8 ounces. And last but not least is the neon orange collared. It's a male, and it weighs 4 pounds, 7 ounces. Microchip is 8206. So that gives you the skivvy on the weights. And if I can spot collars, which is just crazy trying to even watch collars as they're flying by. Their hair literally completely covers their collars up. Neon green, oh no, I know which one, is on, nope, off the bed. That's a real pain. Royal blue is on, shoot. See, I told you, this is tough. So right now, neon green has that little red rattly thing. It just jumped off and it's still got it in its mouth. So that's the neon green collar. Who else can I spot? Maybe if they calm down. Nope, not able to. Let's see what the one is that just jumped up on the bed. If I can see that collar. I'm waiting on it to turn its head. That's forest green, I think. I can't tell. Neon pink is there with its butt towards us. Yep, that's neon pink looking over the bed. So we found that one. Oh my golly. It is so tough to tell you colors. I think it's impossible. So, I'm going to talk to you about your vet's visit. I've been trying to do this on every single video today. So, when you probably have your vet visit scheduled by now. You know what day you're coming to pick up. And there's neon orange bouncing, just jumped up on the bed. They're hanging over. They're almost there. But see, they look so much alike. They're lost once they move. It's terrible. Anyway, when you make your vet appointment, please ask your vet what's involved in your well check. Actually, what do they do for your puppy well check? The reason I asked that, I have a client that called today and had her well check, and she was asking me all these questions, and I said, but you just went to the vet. Didn't your vet talk to you about any of this? And she goes, no, we weren't allowed to go in on our first visit, but we can go in on the next visit. We had to sit in the waiting room while they did our puppy today. And I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. And so she doesn't know what they did to her puppy, other than they charged her for an office call for $45 and gave her a $36 HeartGuard tablet for HeartGuard combination flea maybe and that type thing. And so you need to find out what your vet's going to do for your well check. Your well check should entail a complete physical, which means they'll look in the ears, they'll check their eyes, they check their coat, they check their teeth, and then they do a stool sample. They also listen to heart and lungs. So she did not get a stool sample today, or the other day when she went. I don't know if it was today, but she called today. So the stool sample is actually designed to let that vet know if the puppy everything's good on the inside. They check for worms, coccidia, giardia, all the common stuff that comes with a puppy. That way they know if the breeder got everything taken care of while I was with the breeder. Even though the breeder does the wormings, and the reason we worm every single 2 weeks is because if you don't, and a puppy has puppy worms, then you only kill the adults when you worm. You don't kill the eggs. Boy, this one's really wound up under the bed and gone again. So that's the reason that we all worm so much, because I've had clients say, why do you worm them every 2 weeks? Well, when you worm, you only kill the adults. You don't kill the eggs. So if those eggs hatch out again and you don't worm again, you haven't made any progress. So that is why we worm. We're hoping to catch any hatchling when it hatches out before it is old enough to lay another egg. And that stool sample will tell them, even if there's just eggs in there, it will tell them there's eggs in there. They show up in the stool sample check. There's how many puppies are in that tube? I have no clue. 2 of them are laying on this end, like the Bobbsey twins in there. So it does behoove you to ask and find out what you're getting for your money. And that stool sample, I feel, is a really important part of your, that instead of going over it, that pup's going under the stool. One part of it sticking out the front, one part out the back. That's funny. It's going to lay there. So, if you have not done, gotten your vet visit scheduled, now it's going to get stuck and stand up like a turtle with a shell. I would call and just say, hey, we're scheduled for our puppy well check. What exactly is covered in that puppy well check? So find out if you need to bring a stool sample. If you do, and they don't explain it to you, don't get the stool sample out of your yard from yesterday's poop. You want a fresh sample. So if your vet appointment's first thing in the morning and you're afraid you're not going to catch the puppy with a poop sample, which you should first thing in the morning, or it may have already pottied in its crate at night, then I would absolutely collect the sample before you go to bed, put it in a baggie, and you don't need very much. Just take a plastic throwaway spoon and take a little scoop of it up, put it in the bag, leave it sit on the spoon, and zip the whole thing in the baggie, and then throw it in your refrigerator. You want to keep it cold until morning when you go to the vet. If you get it out of your yard and it's been laying there, then it's really whatever is in it. You may not get a good test because it will have disintegrated some in the stool. These two are playing tug of war with the rubber toy. These little bones, I get these, there we go. I get them at Tractor Supply and they look like a bone, but they've got a squeaky in them, and they're latex, so they can't chew the squeaky out. Oh, that's sneaking. It hid in the tube. Somebody in there's got it. They're playing with it now. Now they're having a tug of war. Up, he won again. It's out and gone. So check on the stool sample and make sure that you take some with you. If you forget, ask your vet when you talk to them about your appointment. Ask them if they can loop the puppy and take the sample for you while they're there, because they do have this little plastic thing that looks like a yarn needle, and they put the head of it up in the rectum of the puppy. Just give it a spin and take it out, and there's your stool sample. So if you don't want to get one and you don't have one for some reason, or you forget it, they should be able to loop the puppy and get a stool sample. So that's my big thing with my information on your vet. Be the advocate for your puppy and know what they're going to do. And make sure you take your health card with you that we supply so they know what's been done. Oop, missed that step, didn't it? And what needs to be done. Oh, now they're all going to pile on here. They're having a great time with these squeaky toys. And they are fast. Whoops. Oh, this is funny. I'm leaving them out here till dark. They need to wear this energy off. They don't see each other all day because there's 3 in each kennel, and there's a divider between the kennels. So that way they don't play between the kennels, and when my moms are in there and have newborns, they don't growl at the dog next to them. So this is the only time they get to all play together is when we bring them outside. So they're having a great time tonight, reintroducing themselves to each other and romping it, which is good. It makes them quieter in the house when they go back in. A couple things also, if you have not bought a crate yet, we do carry crates here. The smallest crate I carry is a 36-inch. I would not put any of the puppies we have in anything less than a 36-inch crate. If you have the room, you might even go with a 40-inch crate. You don't have to worry about the height, because the height also changes with the length of the crate. The longer the crate, the taller the crate, the smaller the crate, the less the height. It's just an automatic, so the length, it always determines what size the crate is. They're not going to ruin themselves and learn to always potty in their crate when they go home with you. They are going to at least have a place that's big enough when they do have to potty, you're not there and able to get them outside. They'll go to the back of that kennel and potty. So, you know, don't buy them a 24-inch crate. And the puppy that's laying down there right now, that's probably about a 24-inch, whoops, slides right into home base. That's about a 24-inch bed. So you can see there's not a lot of room left in there if they want to play, lay down and sleep, stretch out, walk around, and you're gone most of the day. They're going to poop and end up getting it on them. So stick with a 36 or a 40-inch. Whoa! I do carry 36 all the time. I do usually have a couple 40s here. And if you don't have a crate and you want one, you come. Let me know if you want a 40, because I want to make sure I have them here, but I always have 36 inchers here. But other than that, the only other thing that I really carry anymore is I still have the screw-on bowls that actually you can screw on, raise it up off the floor. The puppy can't poop in it. They can't get in the bowl and sit. And that makes it nice, because a lot of times they'll make a mess out of their water, or they'll play in it, or they'll turn around and poop in it. So the screw-on bowls are nice for that way, and they are dishwasher safe. So I guess for now I'm going to close. This will be Shammy's last litter, or last video for this litter. They go to the vet on Monday, and then they start going home. So I hope you've enjoyed their videos. They have been a lot of fun. They have sure kept us hopping. And this is a really big litter for one. They're way more than Shammy does at this point. It's just amazing that a dog that's Shammy's size can have this many puppies. It's just crazy. But she has the best babies, and we're really, really, really fortunate to be able to have her. She's just a doll. So I hope you've enjoyed their videos. It's been fun doing these for you guys. I hope they've been informative somewhat. Please bring your questions with you if you're picking up your puppy in person. And if I have puppies in the yard in a pen like this, you are more than welcome to look at them. Please don't pet them. Please don't let your kids pet them. I try to keep everybody else's dogs safe, because you can bring in parvo on your shoes and your hands. And it has been done here before, and I tried desperately not to have it happen again. So just be respectful of other people's puppies, and you're more than welcome to look, just don't touch. So have a great weekend and a blessed one. Oop, that was not pretty. That was a flip and a flop. And we'll talk to you later, and we'll see many of you soon. Have a great weekend.